This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org. I'm Amy Goodman. The top-ranking career U.S. Treasury Department official, David LeBruck, has been forced out of the agency after he resisted a demand by Elon Musk and his associates at Doge to gain access to the government's vast payment system, which disperses trillions of dollars in federal payments each year. Trump's new Treasury Secretary, the billionaire Scott Bessent, ended up giving Musk access to the system, which includes sensitive information about taxpayers, Social Security recipients, government contractors, including Musk's rivals. Musk is also accused of waging a takeover at the Office of Personnel Management, where career civil servants have been locked out of computer systems. For more, we're joined by two guests. Waleed Shahid is Democratic strategist. His new piece on Substack is headlined, "Elon Musk is Staging a Coup." Waleed was previously the spokesperson for Justice Democrats and former senior advisor for the campaigns of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Jamal Bowman. We're also joined in Washington, D.C. by Lindsay Owens, executive director of the Groundwork Collaborative, who says there are several reasons Musk wants to control Treasury payments. None of them are good. Okay. Waleed Shahid, let's begin with you. What do you mean that Elon Musk is staging a coup?
So if this story was taking place somewhere in Central Asia or in Africa, the United States media, the United States State Department, international institutions would likely refer to this as a coup. A billionaire industrialist who donated $300 million to a campaign is installing his personal loyalists in key parts of the federal bureaucracy. This is essentially Viktor Orban's playbook. And we need to know, why does a billionaire industrialist with millions in government contracts, military contracts for his private companies need the social security numbers of every American, needs to know what every single check that the U.S. government gives out to businesses, to charities? Why does this billionaire need to know this information? He was not vetted or approved by the U.S. Senate. He has a history of corruption for using public resources for private gain. He's one of the wealthiest men in the world, and in any other situation, this would be called state capture, and people around the world would be condemning it. But in the United States, we are not used to this kind of level of creeping authoritarianism, of plutocracy, of oligarchy so explicit. And we need to, this is as Representative Ocasio-Cortez said last night, this is a 5-alarm fire. Senate Democrats need to be communicating to the American people. And last night there was a call by Indivisible Action for people to visit their senators and call for them to grind the Senate to a halt, to call for investigations, and to know, why does Elon Musk need to know this information? Why is he showing up on Saturday to the offices of the federal government demanding the private information of citizens all around the country?
Well, Lindsay Owens, you say none of the reasons are good. Lay those out.
Yeah, absolutely. So for most Americans, this is the first time that they've ever heard of the Treasury payment system. So what is the Treasury payment system? This is effectively the piece of the federal government that cuts the checks, and they cut a lot of checks. This is $6 trillion a year, money that goes to individuals as Social Security payments for seniors, money that goes for organizations like Meals on Wheels to deliver lunches, foreign aid, as well as the funding that the government sets aside for key programs, paying its debts, making sure that we don't breach the debt ceiling and default on our obligations. So this is really unprecedented that Elon Musk has grabbed control of the keys of $6 trillion in payments infrastructure. There are a few reasons this could be happening. The first is, as your viewers know, last week, President Trump tried to end federal spending, just stop federal payments altogether. This was so outrageous and in violation of the Constitution that the courts intervened and said that he couldn't do that.
Look at that devil, man. Look at that devil. He's very happy, man.
End federal spending. Just stop federal payments altogether. This was so outrageous and in violation of the Constitution.
Look, man.
That the courts
You see? Shalom, shalom. All praise and in glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kwadash, and the Bohana to Zelda, and the apostles of the mission who do well. A peace, blessing, and salutation to you, Akim, who are pushing these truths to the four winds of the heaven, being at the forefront of this spiritual war, to make sure Jerusalem is established as a praise here on yes again, urgent days of old. So let me get a scripture really quick. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. This is one among the many devices of the devil, man, as he to clown his enterprises, which is the new world order, man. As and Trump was talking about the golden age of America. This is the golden age of America. You see, autocracy, oligarchy, and a plutocracy ruling, man. And when you go back at the height of the Roman Empire, you have a couple of billionaire. I think Elon Musk is one among them. That's why he's very drawn to the Roman Empire. Sometimes he dresses as a gladiator. He called himself Maximus Magnus and all of these things, man. Which Maximus Magnus, if you don't know anything about him, he staged a coup. He staged a coup. He ruled Rome. I think it was the Western Roman Empire, if I'm not mistaken. Here we have Elon Musk and his dog. And his dog, man, that's what happened if we go to ancient man and custom. If we become too familiar with a dog, you get defiled, man. See, you get defiled. So you have this Department of Government Efficiency at the surface of it. You might think it is a good thing. You might think it is a good thing, and government need efficiency. But the way this government were designed, they don't necessarily need to be efficient like a company, man. You see, because running a government, you deal with a diverse kind of people. So government is supposed to be a slow process but sure. You see, a slow process but sure. If you need a government efficient to an extent, what Elon Musk is doing, it simply means you are moving to an autocracy, man. That's what happened to the Roman Empire, man, which led to the fall of Rome, among many other things, man. So back to the Department of Government Efficiency, they want sensitive information about your the treasury payment system, and the federal payment system as a whole. They want all of this data. Remember, Elon Musk is a tech billionaire, man. That brings me to another point. America is a corporation, and this corporation they rule America. It's not about your president, man. See, it's not about your president. It's not about democracy, man. It is a corporation, man. See, what is Elon Musk gonna do with all of this sensitive information, man? See, Elon Musk was not elected. There is no check and balance. That's why I made a statement. Government process are supposed to be. That's why there is bureaucracy. Bureaucracy in this government. Sometimes it can be a good thing. Sometimes it can be a bad thing. It needed to bureaucracy. You can't establish a government without bureaucracy. But bureaucracy need to be balanced. Bureaucracy is necessarily not a bad thing. She understand me on that. Bureaucracy is not necessarily a bad thing. This is Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord. See? So having a government which is efficient, that's a lie, man. See, everything needs to be balanced out, but just wait is his right. You see? So you heard, man, this is like a coup, but it is a soft coup. It's not let's say a conventional coup, like how people led in history, they expect a coup to be like this and that. See, this is a technocracy. I see. This is a soft coup. This technology is going to take off. And why does Elon Musk cut US aid to the different federal branches and different foreign aids, man? You see, but Esau is the one who put all of this system together. He put all of this system together, the system of bureaucracy. The USAID, man, do you know how much country get benefit from the USAID into sensitive information? For example, let me give you another example. For example, over here in Africa, there is HIV. There is HIV AIDS. This is a pandemic, man. But in Africa, it is much more worse. So all of these African countries were getting USAID going to this ARV. I see. And the ARV are these drugs which slow the virus, the HIV virus. It slow it down. So they prolong your life. Instead of you, after getting the HIV AIDS, instead of you living, let's say 6 months to 1 year, they prolong your life and you live on medication like a normal person would do. So if this drug are cut off because they are part of the USAID, a lot of people will die. Not only, that's one example. And then you have a lot of these chronic diseases in which they depend on the USAID. You see, and Elon Musk is cutting all of that. You see, but remember, they are the one who put all of this system in place, man. So all of these are devices to bring in the chip. That's where you get the chip, man. All of these are devices to bring in the chip. You see? All of these are devices to bring in the chip. All of this foreign aid, they will come back up, but with regulation. You see, later on, when the infrastructure is in full function, you will get this aid with a condition. And what's that condition? Let's get a scripture. What are those conditions, man? See? Let me get a scripture here. See, Revelation 13 and 16. And he causes all. He causes all. So something will happen which will all people will be mandated to take the chip, man. And this is one among the many devices, the many angles in which the devil can maneuver to bring in the chip. You see? And he causes all, both small and great and rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their forehead, in that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, and this number is 306. This coin is 60. See? So he have gained and checked the, in this government procedures, if you have power, there need to be check and balance, man. There is no check and balance to this guy Elon Musk. And Elon Musk, remember, he have a company known as Neuralink. Remember, Elon Musk have bought Twitter, and there was a brother who linked the Twitter and the coming enterprises, man. He's going on buying these different companies, this different payment system. He's investing into this different military industrial complexes, man, company. He have contract to make weapons for the government. He is providing internet access to these different countries, the Starlink and the internet which is being provided, man. All of that will tie into as enterprises, man. All you have to do is turn off the Starlink, man, and you will be off grid. In order for him to pull it back, you need to be in the enterprises, and a lot of people will give in. He's providing internet over there to people who live in a jungle over there in the Amazon. See? And those people, they got access even to pornography, man. See? So this devil is on a rampage, man. This devil needs to be stopped, man. So with this, I say shalom. I hope you are edified. On to the next.